Most business owners will never film what I'm about to film. Not because they can't, because showing the real version of building a company, the version where things break and the math doesn't work out and you're not sure it is going to come all together, that is just not what gets posted. What gets posted is the results, right? The highlights, the after. But what I'm going to show you is the during. I'm building a company from scratch on camera, and I'm going to document the first 100 days. I doubt that we will build a perfect company, but we will build a real one that actually runs, and I'm starting today. My name is Jonathan Lauer. I've spent the last 7 years building businesses. The first was a video production company. I started it from a 250 square foot basement after moving to America from Germany with just 2 suitcases and a backpack. While running that company, I filmed for over 100 companies and made thousands of videos for them. I built it to a point where it did not need me running every project. The second was a marketing agency I built with a previous business partner. We grew it to a team of 11 over 18 months, and we made every mistake 2 people can make when learning to lead a real team. And eventually we built it into something that did not need us at the center. The third is a coaching company I co-owned and where I served as president. The company has completed over 13,000 one-on-one coaching calls with business owners across every industry. I built a team there as well, and that allowed me to lead rather than being stuck in operations. 3 businesses, each built to a point where I could step out of the day-to-day and focus on leading. And what became clear to me over building these 3 companies is that I want to help business owners do the same. There's too many conversations I've had with other business owners where they are stuck in the day-to-day, just going from project to project and just trying to manage just enough to make it to the weekend or to a little vacation. And their families are suffering. Their families are paying the price of them building these businesses. So that is why I am building the Autonomous Leader, to show other business owners how to step out of the day-to-day. For the average business owner, the phone never stops. The questions and the decisions never stop. The team cannot move without them. The clients expect them personally. Too many systems and processes in the company still run through the owner, and the owner cannot step away without something falling apart. And these business owners are proud of what they built, and they should be. But the company still needs them for everything. And the people who feel that the most are their families. Long days, last moment changes, and a lot of missed moments. I know this because I lived it. Years ago, I was at a water park with my kids, about to jump in the pool with them, and my phone rang. A client called and I answered it because that's what we do as business owners, right? I was immediately sucked into a conversation about changes to a project that had to be made. The call lasted 10, maybe 15 minutes. Somewhere in the middle of all of that, I heard, "Dad, are you coming?" Lifted my finger just to indicate like, "Hey, just give me a moment, I'll be done soon." Lucky for me, my wife stepped in and jumped into the pool with the little ones. She did what I was supposed to be doing. She covered for me. She always covers for me. The call ended, and I stood at the edge of the water, watching my kids play. They asked me to come in, and again, I raised my finger just to indicate that I needed another minute. My kids turned around, and they kept playing without me. Those changes to the project would increase the cost on our end. I did some quick, rough math on the calculator, and just checked if there was enough money in the account to cover payroll that week. Luckily, there was barely enough in the account to make it all happen. And I got into the pool right after that, and we had a great day. Nothing dramatic happened in that sense, but there was a thought I could not shake. My kids are supposed to be my highest priority. I answered that phone call, and by answering, it was a tiny proof that in that moment, they were not my highest priority. I wish I could say that was the last time. Sadly, it was not. There was a lot of moments like that before my previous business partner and I finally built the structure that let us actually step away from the business. Over the years, a lot of these small moments happened before we figured out how to stop the businesses from needing us. But by now, I've built 3 businesses that each reached a point of not needing me in the day-to-day. It was not easy, that's for sure. But the best result of that has been that I can choose my priorities and make them truly my priorities. Almost 3 years ago, my wife and I went to a hot springs resort in Idaho. 3 days, a journal, and the question, what do I actually want to do with the rest of my life? What came back was a number, 1 million. Impact 1 million business owners. Because the business owner is the biggest domino in the community. Help one business owner and you help their employees. You help their clients, their families, and their neighborhoods. And that is what the Autonomous Leader is built around. Over the next 100 days, I'm going to build this entire business from scratch, on camera. Every system I build, every workflow I hand off to automation, and of course, I will be using AI. I could never imagine doing this manually in 100 days. I will document every hire I make, every piece of content I create, and every decision, right or wrong, along the way. I'm not going to pretend it is easy. I'm not gonna go skip the hard days. I'm not going to edit out all the moments where I am not sure if it's working or not. Because the people I want to help, service-based business owners who are running teams from 3 to 15 people and have proven that they can build something, they don't need another polished success story. They need to see someone build something real in real time. The Autonomous Leader is built around a framework that I call the 9 Ps and the 7 levels of the Autonomous Leader. The 9 Ps are the areas a business has to develop and improve in order to reach the next level of autonomy. There are 7 levels of autonomy, from level 1, where the owner does it all themselves, to level 7, where the owner is involved as they want to be. So here are the 9 Ps: pipeline, profit, perspective, principle, program, people, process, progress, and power. These are the 9 areas where business owners can get stuck, where they experience bottlenecks or constraints inside of their company. And these areas play out across 7 levels of business autonomy. Every level has the same 9 areas, but the work inside each one looks completely different depending on where you are at. If you master all 9 Ps at your current level, you move on to the next level of autonomy. More simply put, there are 63 problems to solve to go from owner who does it all themselves to becoming the autonomous leader of your company. But there are also some shortcuts that an owner can take to speed things up if they are willing to follow certain workflows. The 9 Ps are not just observations. These are tested processes and systems I've developed myself in 3 different companies. They are a roadmap out of dependency and towards being the autonomous leader of your company. The 9 Ps help you identify your current constraints so you can build a business that runs without you having to be in it every day, so that you can lead it instead of operating it. If you're a business owner and any of what I just described sounds familiar, follow along. The framework inside the Autonomous Leader has been built and tested across real businesses, and not just my own. The company, the Autonomous Leader itself, is new, and it is still coming together. And you will be watching me go from 0 and building it all the way to level 7 of becoming autonomous. This documentation of building this is not going to be a highlight reel. It is going to be the actual build, and it starts today. I am building this for every business owner who has built something real and is ready to lead it differently. I'm also building it for my children, so that one day when they are ready to build something of their own, they have a record of what it actually takes. Not a theory and not just stories from dad, but an actual roadmap. I will be posting daily updates on my social media channels and a weekly in-depth update on YouTube. There's a free resource in the description, a self-assessment that shows you exactly which of the 7 levels you're currently at and what to focus on to reach the next one. If you take it, I would love to hear any and all feedback. And if you're watching this on day 1, welcome. You're here at the beginning. Let's build something that can impact 1 million business owners towards greater autonomy in their own company. I am so excited about this. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Subscribe to follow along and see me build the Autonomous Leader.